Hey guys, welcome back to the Hobbydude 007 channel and Model Cars and Coffee with Hobbydude. Today I want to share with you a kit that I want to build two of. I'll explain the details here in a second, but this is a kit that's very special to my heart. And while I want to do two in my build list for 2026, I want to get at least one of them done. So let's take a look at it. Bring your model to life with MCV products. Visit them on the World Wide Web at mcvproducts.com. In a couple of videos over the years, I have mentioned that the very first model I ever built back in 1963 with my dad was the 1/24th scale Monogram green Hornet. I'll show that to you here in a minute. But that car was actually based on a car called the Grasshopper that you see here on Hot Rod Magazine. This is October 1959 and 35 cents. How about that? Find a magazine for that nowadays. But anyway, as you see here, the Grasshopper, all of the details that you can find here. You notice the two guys holding the body, the two ladies there by the car. But if you examine this car pretty closely, the configuration of the roll bars, the engine, everything, and then you look at the kit, Monogram did a really good job of putting this thing together. All of your details. I wish these were in color, but of course back then in the 50s, this was state-of-the-art publications. But this car has a special meaning for me in that it was the first model I ever built. And great detail pictures, though. How about that? I want to do two because I want to do one. I don't know what happened to the original kit. And you've probably seen these at swap meets and shows and online, things like that. I've got about 4 or 5 of these things that every time I see one at a good price, I have to pick it up because it was my first model. As I was saying, I don't know what happened to the original kit, the first one, but I want to do 2 of these. I want to do one just the way I built it as a kid, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And I want to do a second one with all of today's technology and updates and all that kind of stuff. And just dress it out and do my interpretation of an old love, so to speak. But I want to do this one out of box as I did as a kid. And I think I used every decal almost you could think of. Now you notice the number 13 that was on the Grasshopper. Well, this has the number 3 door decals, but I used the green Hornet decals, and I'll probably go back and do that again. And some of the other decals, I didn't use the flames. I just didn't care for those then, but I'll be sharing that with you as we go along. But I want to do this like I did as a kid. I did not paint the body. I did paint the engine block and a few pieces. And the reason I want to paint those the way I did as a kid, and I remember this because my dad's hot rods had red engine blocks. So he gave me some of his red Tester's paint, and I painted my engine block red, which I think the real car was body color, but who cares? I'm going to do it the way I did it. I'm going to use the old-fashioned cheapo Tester's brushes, just like I did when I was 6. We've got, as I said, the red for the engine block, and I brush painted all this stuff. The interior, the seat specifically for that thing was green and white. There's my white. I've got some silver. All this is fresh paint, and I did it with tube glue. So I'm going to go back to the good old-fashioned tube glue. I've already cut the parts off the sprue, as you can see. Of course, we didn't have chrome and all that stuff back then, so you had to use the chrome that came in the kit. I'm going to be doing that. My dad showed me how to take some silver and touch up where you cut it off the sprue, so I'm going to be doing that. But I want to share a couple of the parts with you. These are old molds, so it's pretty rough. A lot of flash on these things, and that's okay. I'll be honest with you, that's all right. You can see right back there, there's a lot of flash. A lot of these parts are like this. And you see the recessed section there where the boot, the trunk area goes right up in there. Got a good little fit. It's been so many years, I don't really remember building this thing. It's been so long ago. But these two-piece hard rubber tires, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have never liked these things. But after the 40 modified, which we're going to wrap up this week, I got a video on that coming up in a couple of days. But these two-piece terrible tires, if you remember how the modified, and these are solid plastic tires, but if you remember how these have turned out, I'm impressed. I'm actually looking forward to the challenge of doing the Green Hornet tires that way. I didn't remember them being two-piece hard plastic, but we'll see. Firewall with the master cylinders, just all kinds of cool stuff. That engine block, where'd it go? There it is. Molded in green. And I'll dress that out. I'll probably use a 3D engine later on in the well, I don't know that yet. Let me not go there yet. The top, I don't remember doing the top on the original. I may have. If I did, I probably brush painted it white, but I am going to do all that stuff. I am going to try to buff up the body a little bit, maybe just a little, because I do want to keep it kind of like I did as a kid, just the bare plastics the way I built it. So I do want to keep it as close to that as I can. But I'm going to do my best, and it's going to be hard, to be honest with you, to do this old school. Tube glue, and I remember when I did this, I'd take the top off and squeeze it straight out of the tube, right onto the plastic, and then stick it together. So I'm going to probably make a mess. But there were the colors I used, so be using those. And I have mixed feelings about these old cheap brushes, but you know what? This is what I used then. It's exactly what I'm going to use now. But I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. And I'll be honest with you, it's going to be a little hard for me. I'll kind of look forward to the second one more so, because it's going to be fun. Because, like I said, I'll probably do 3D parts, and I'll dress up the Green Hornet. And the original color was called Cream de Mint. So I'm thinking up some unique green colors for this thing too. But that's it, guys. This one's been on my build list for the longest time. And I'm going to do it. And I'm going to get at least this one done this year. So I'll keep you updated on this as we go. Again, the 40 modified will be finished in a few days. Body colors, it's 3 colors on it. So it's drying here, drying there, but I got a lot done. And there'll be bits and pieces of when it was in primer, some of the body modifications I did to it too. Also, Amanda has just about wrapped up her interior. She's been away from it for a couple of days. Maybe she'll get that done in the next few days too. All right, guys. God bless. Hope y'all have an absolutely awesome week. Jesus loves you. See you in the next video, guys. Later.